Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our play-by video of Arkham Horror, the doom that came to Arkham and Turn 7. Just before we crack on, let's go through a couple of errors. Nothing major, I just forgot a few things. Firstly, Patrice, when she actually picked up the King in Yellow, that was a unique item, and it was her second unique item, and that meant that she achieved her personal story. So she got 5 clues. So I've put 5 clues onto her player sheet. Then, during the Mythos phase, obviously we got that gate. When a gate comes on the board, she gets another clue. So she should have received 6 clues last turn. I've put them on her player sheet and she's now got 7 clues. Remember, that means that we can all use them because of her special ability, so that's brilliant news. Other than that, what else did I do? Patrice again. I really had it in for Patrice last turn. Yes, this was just an oversight on my part during the upkeep. I was supposed to move her sneak up to 4, and for some bizarre reason I moved it the other way. But what I actually said during the upkeep phase is what Dave wanted to do. He did want her sneak to go up to 4, so even though I moved the token the wrong direction, it should have gone on 4, so I've corrected that now. I think that is pretty much it for all the corrections for last turn, so let's get straight into the upkeep phase and our new first investigator, who is Vincent Lee. Vincent and the old man pored over the books. Vincent was a little alarmed when the old boy started ripping up the pages and rearranging them, but it looked like he knew what he was doing. It took a few hours, but eventually it appeared that there was a spell for avoiding monsters, and another cantrip that allowed Vincent's hand-eye coordination to improve considerably. The old man had chuckled. Then he had looked into the teacup that Vincent had drunk from earlier. "I think we'd better get up to the North Point Lighthouse, young fella," said the old man. And here we are with Vincent. So there's not a great deal. He's not going to move any of his sliders, so there's not a great deal to do. One thing he's going to do, though, is he's going to use his focus. He's going to use one of those to get a sanity back, as per the special ability on the terrible old man here. But other than that, everything is honky-dory, and he's going to head towards the North Point Lighthouse. That is it for Vincent Lee. Next up is Michael McGlenn. The gate collapsed in on itself, with an imploding thump and a rush of wind. Mike felt satisfied for sure. He turned to the creature that seemed to be out of some gothic horror story. A bloody skeleton shambled towards him, with eyes bright from whatever animated the thing. He thought the other was a Chthonian, but was unsure about the last. He was not an occult lawmaster after all. "Okay, you gits, bring it on," he shouted at them, deciding what weapon to use on who. He knew that if things got dire, he might be able to slip away with the silver key. If he survived all this, he would have to ask Patrice for coffee. Perhaps eventually settle down. Gangsters he could handle, but all these monsters and other worlds, well, that was another story. Keep your mind on the job at hand. Mike, all this dilly-dallying. You've got to kill monsters first. Right, upkeep. Well, he is going to change something. He's moved his fight and will from 5 and 2. He's moving it down to 4 and 3. So that's what he is going to do. Anything else? Well, what it is, he is definitely going to take the skeleton on first because he only needs 1 more monster trophy to achieve his personal story, and he will achieve it straight away. As soon as he hits his personal story, we will get whatever bonus is on there. So he'll kill the easy monster first, then we will concentrate on the Chthonian and the Yithian and see what we can do. As Doug has mentioned in his little vignette, we do have the silver key if things get particularly bad. So that's it for Michael. He's just going to be staying at the most visited isle and trying to kill a few monsters. Next up will be Daryl Simmons. As the blinding light faded, Daryl found himself back in the room with the altar. He sensed something was in the room with him, but he couldn't make it out. The portal above the cracked altar glowed and hummed as it pulsated. He knew he had to seal it to stop the horrors from entering. The ancient tablet still laid on the floor. Darryl recited the words written on it, and the portal began to shrink. And as it did so, he saw another spider like the one he killed in the alleyway fly through the air and get sucked into it before it vanished. However, the sensation of not being alone still remained. And here we are with Darryl. So first things first, his retainer. So he gets an extra $2, so we'll take 3 and give him a 5. So he's on $11 now. He's obviously got to roll for that retainer. Hang on, I forgot to get the dice tower. There we go. Here's the dice. Come on, anything but a 1. In fact, let's try and get it in the actual dice tower. A 4 is fine, so he will get $2 next turn. Excellent. Righto, so we've done his retainer, that's all sorted out. What is he going to do next? Well, he's going to update his speed and sneak to 4 and 1. So we'll get that up there. And he's also going to move his fight and will to 4 and 2. So he's going to move it down a bit. It's not going to help him particularly with what he's got to do, but it will set us up for later on. Now, during the movement phase, he's not going to move. He's going to fight the ghost. And he's going to lose to the ghost. There is nothing he can do about it. He could spend clues from Patrice, but we're not going to do that. He is going to take it on the chin like a champ, and he's going to go insane. And that means he will end up in the asylum. So that'll be fine. He'll get all his sanity back. Unfortunately, it means we've got nobody in Innsmouth, but at least it's pretty much the only way he can get out from under the ghost, I'm afraid. So we're just going to have to do that. That means he loses his encounter for this turn, because all you get to do is to regain all your sanity, and that is it. Darryl, taking one for the team this turn, but he's got plenty of like trophies and stuff, and once he's back in the actual asylum, well, next turn he will be able to move out of there. I think the plan is he's going to sort of head down towards South Church, and perhaps he will bless somebody. Or he'll stop off on the way, I think, perhaps at the general store, something like that. So we'll see what happens in the Mythos phase. But that's it for Darryl. Next up is Finn Edwards. After a quick game of cards, Finn left the bar smiling a little to himself. Sure, he'd lost the game, but the other player probably wouldn't realise his bet was fake until later on. Turning south, he started towards the Historical Society. Passing the general store and the town secret society lodge, Finn's eye was caught by the large cross of the church. Why not? He said to himself and started towards it. The situation the town was in may call for a little divine intervention. And here we are with Finn. Yes, fresh from diddling somebody in a card game, he's on his way to South Church. First of all, we've got the good old bank loan. Can he keep it going? We'll see. No, he got a 1 this time. So, unfortunately, he's got to pay his dollar back. But it's okay, he's still got $5 left. So, not too bad. He's done very well with that, let's be honest. So, there we go. That is pretty much it. He's not going to update anything. He needs 5 movement to get to South Church. As I mentioned, he does have a gate trophy. So, let's pay that in, and we will be able to bless somebody to help them out. Yes, well, it'll probably be Agnes he'll bless, and she's got 5 clue tokens, so it'd be helpful to have her blessed if she actually went into a gate to shut it. So that's the plan for Finn. Next up is Agnes Baker. Agnes and Thomas arrived at Arkham Asylum only to discover that they had barely missed Finn. Agnes decided that since she was at the asylum anyway, she might as well see somebody about the drain to her mind that she felt. Besides that, she was tired of being covered in gore. The day of treatment at the asylum and a nice hot bath worked wonders for her. She remembered her quick encounter with Patrice as they passed each other in the street, and felt as though she should meet up with her friend again rather than trying to chase Finn around. Who knew what he was up to? Off she and Thomas headed to the curiosity shop, only to be brought up short by yet another nightmarish creature. So here we are with Agnes. Not going to do anything with the sliders, they're going to stay where they are. And she is going to actually head for the curiosity shop, but obviously she's going to bump into the Proto-Shoggoth, which is in Northside. She's going to use the Dread Curse of Azathoth, and she is going to attempt to kill it again. Normally we wouldn't use the Dread Curse, but the Proto-Shoggoth is a nasty monster and we want it out of the way. It is just really getting in everybody's way in Northside Street, so let's get rid of it. So Agnes is going to do that. She's not taking any prisoners and it's going down. Right, so that's it for Agnes. Next up is Patrice. Patrice thought of leaving the shop through the back exit, but that thing outside was circling the building as if searching for a way inside. So she just kept low and out of sight. While she was hiding, she noticed a dusty old screenplay from something called The King in Yellow. It looked interesting. The shopkeeper said that they'd forgotten about that one and she could have it for a mere $2. She accepted, and since she was here, maybe she should read it. So here we are with our last investigator this turn, Patrice. Is she going to do anything in her upkeep? She is indeed. She's going to update her fight and will. So that's going to go up to 2 and 3. And she's also going to update her lore and luck to 4 and 1. So there we go. So she's updated those because she's going to be reading The King in Yellow. So very brave of her it is too. So she'll do that in the movement phase and then she'll try and do what she did last time, which is evade the Hound again. If not, then she will have to go to, well, hopefully St Mary's Hospital. We'll try and get her into St Mary's Hospital rather than the asylum. We've got to get somebody in the south of Arkham. If we're going to get another gate, well, we haven't had a gate down there yet, so there's a possibility that we'll get the woods or somewhere like that. So let's send somebody to the other side of Arkham if we can. If not, then she'll have to go to the asylum. Okay, that's pretty much it. If she does pass with the King in Yellow, she will get another load of clue tokens. She's only got 6, she should have 7. So there we go, she should have 7. Oh no, one hadn't fell on the floor. They were stacked up. There we go. That is it for her, and that is it for everybody. That's it for the upkeep phase. So let's get on to the movement phase. And here we are with Vincent. He's just going to go 1, 2, and he's at the North Point Lighthouse. Next up, it's Michael McGlenn. Time to get the dice tower out. And here we are with Mike. Mike is going to be fighting. And first of all, he's going to fight the skeleton, because that's pretty much the easiest one. And to do that, he's going to use the enchanted blade, because it's physically resistant. So he's not going to evade it. It's -2 because of the being of Ib. So he's got a will of 3, so he's going to get 1 die. Come on, Mike. Come on, son. A 4 isn't good enough, so he loses a sanity and goes down to 1. But we should be okay, we should be okay. So he's got +4. He's got 4 himself, that's 8. +1 from Skullcrackers is 9. And we get -1, so we're going to have 8 dice and we need 2 successes. Come on, Mike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice. Oh. And look at that, 4 6s there. Brilliant. So he kills this guy. That means it's his 5th monster trophy. And because it's his 5th monster trophy, that means he's passed his personal story. So this one's for Louis. McGlenn stepped out onto the streets of Arkham with vicious purpose. For too long these things had been hiding in the shadows out of reach. It was time to show them who really ran Arkham. Right, oh Mike. So his maximum sanity is going up by 1 to 4, and he immediately gets another sanity, so he goes back up to 2. Now, would have preferred not to have lost that sanity, but he gets it back now. So he's back up to 2 sanity. He's going to swap out the enchanted blade, because now he's going to take on something else. And he's going to take on the Chthonian, I think, or is he? See, the Chthonian's -2. So that'll be -3. We'd have to use clues. I'm not so sure we want to do that. It's -1 on here, that'll give us 2. So we'll try the Ythian and see if we can get that extra sanity, because as you kill another monster, you get an extra sanity. We've got 4 6s there, we'll use those. So, has the Ythian got any other special attributes? No, just if we fail the horror check we get lost in time and space, but we'll have to use a couple of clues if we have to. So it's a -1 check. He's going to get 2 dice. Sorry, it's a -2 check, isn't it? Yes, so he's only going to get 1 die. Oh, am I gonna go for it? Yeah, come on. Who lives forever? A 5. Yes, get in. Right, so it's not physically resistant or anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck the old... How many toughness has it got? 3. I think what we're going to do... We lose 2 if we miss it. I'll save... I had the dynamite out there because I was thinking of doing the Chthonian, but I've just swapped it over because that Chthonian, it would have sent us insane. So I think the Ythian's a good call. So Tommy gun, we're going to use that. That's +6. We get +4 off Mike, that's 10. 10 -2, we're going to get 8 dice again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, Mike. And he's got 3. Yeah. 2 6s and a 5. He's killed the Ythian. The reason we wanted to kill that first is we get another sanity back. So he's up to 3 sanity. So that really helps him now. Because even if we fail on the Chthonian, we'll only lose 2. So he won't go insane. Right, so let's keep those 3 successes. Come on, get out. Get rid of the losers. They can go to the naughty corner. Right, so he's not going to use the Tommy gun. For this, he's going to swap out again and he's going to use dynamite. Because these Chthonians, they live underground, so thematic way to get rid of them is to chuck a load of dynamite. No, so that's +8. He's got 4, that's 12. -3, he's going to get 9 dice. Oh, first of all, he's got to do the horror check, which is -3. He fails the horror check automatically because he's only got 3 will. So he loses 2 of those sanity, but he's still got 1 left. So yeah, I think that was the right call. I have done it slightly differently from what Doug said, but I'm sure if he was here and the situation, he would have done the same. So sorry about that, Doug. I hope you agree. So he's lost that, so it is 9 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. We need 3 successes and we get rid of the Chthonian. Yes. 6 and a 5. That's another 5 there. Get in. So discard the dynamite. That's gone. But it's got rid of a real horror. We hate these guys. So that's another monster trophy. Mike is just a beast. So look at all these monster trophies. Mike's got, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 7 monster trophies as Mike. So he's doing brilliantly. In fact, he's got that many monster trophies, he had $1 hiding underneath them that he probably didn't know about. Okay, so that was great stuff. He is on 1 sanity, however. Oh no, he gets 1 back because he just killed the Chthonian. Sorry. So he's even back on 2 sanity. He's done brilliantly. Well done, Mike. Next up is going to be Daryl Simmons. And here we are with Daryl. Bit of a long shot. The reason for that is he's going to stay where he is, and that means he has to fight the ghost. And it's -3 on the horror check. He will fail, and he will lose 2 sanity, and that sends poor old Daryl bonkers. So he is going to end up down here in Arkham Asylum. Because of that, what we've got to do is we've got to draw a madness card. So hopefully it won't be too bad. You normally need 2 of these for it to be really bad, you know, and get the same one. And we've got panic. Oh dear. You must always attempt to evade a monster before fighting it. You cannot choose to make an evade check to initiate combat with an elusive monster. Treat this card as a duplicate of sprained ankle. That's the injury card for the purposes of being devoured. So not too bad. He'll just have to avoid fighting monsters. We'll put that onto his player tray. That way. While I remember, I will put his sanity back up to full. But it's just so I don't forget later. So he's back up to 4. We'd normally do that in the encounter phase, but I'll do it now. Right, and while he's there, the other thing he's going to do is, because he's flush with cash, he is actually going to give, where is it? He is going to give $6 to Agnes, because she may need to use the train station or whatever, you know, to get around Arkham. So let's give Agnes $6. Again, I've done that. I just thought about it now. I thought we may as well give her some money because we do need to get somebody up to Innsmouth. So I've done that. Hope that's okay with you, Lawrence. We'll give the $6 to Agnes. Okay, so that is it for Daryl. He's gone nuts. In fact, we'll put him on his side because he's essentially, he's not going to, we'll stand him up in the encounter phase. That way we know not to give him an encounter at the asylum. Right, that's it for Daryl. Who's after Daryl? I believe it is Finn. So let's get down and see Finn. And here's Finn, way in the distance at Hibbs Roadhouse. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in fact, let me just move the camera. There we go. He's gone to South Church. I thought I had South Church in the shots, but it was Mars Boarding House. Apologies. So he's at South Church. That's it for his movement. Next up is Agnes Baker. And here's Agnes. So she's going to go 1, 2, and she is going to fight the Proto-Shoggoth. We've seen this before, but let's have another look. It's going to be -1 on the sanity check. The horror check. Her will is 3. So she's going to get 2 dice. Just check she hasn't got any other help. No, she's going to get 2 dice. So 1, 2. Come on. Brilliant. 2 successes. So she passed that easily. Now it's the actual fight. It's got physical resistance, so we're going to use the Dread Curse of Azathoth. So let's dig that out. So first of all, we've got to cast it. So it's got a casting modifier of -2. Her law is 4, but she's also got Thomas with her, so that makes it 5. So she's got 5 law, -2, 3 dice. Roll these 2 successes again, plus another dice. and she gets a 6. So she's casted it. It does have a sanity cost of 2. We're going to use a special ability, so we're going to use 1 stamina and 1 sanity. So she's down to 2 stamina and 4 sanity now, because she used Bloody's power. And now we get +9 to combat checks. So that's 9, it's +0 on there. Whatever a fight is, which is 1, that puts it up to 10. And she gets 1 from Thomas, which puts it up to 11. So we've got 11 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many successes do we need? We need 3 successes. Come on. You can do it. We've got 3 successes. We've got 5 successes, so we're fine there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, she's killed it. Brilliant. Protos Shoggoths don't stand a chance when Agnes is in town. That is fabulous. Let's get rid of Dread Curse. Let's get rid of that. So you're rolling 11 dice. You've got to bat yourself. So she's done brilliant. She's got rid of that horrible monster which was just getting in everybody's way. And now she's got $6 from Daryl. She is pretty much free to get up to Innsmouth if she wants to. Okay, so that is it for Agnes. Our last player this turn is Patrice. And here we are with Patrice. First things though, we're going to do the King in Yellow first, because we can take our pick, what we do first, and we're going to do this. It's one of the few benefits you get in Arkham Horror. You get to choose. So we've got to exhaust, and we've got to spend 2 movement points. That's fine, we're not moving. And then we've got to do a law -2 check. Now her law is 4, so that's just going to be 2 dice. That's pants. Let's get rid of them. And rubbish. Are we going to spend a clue? No, we're not. We can always do this another time. So we won't waste clues on it. We'll just put it back on there. Right, now the big one. We've got to try and evade this like Hound of Tinderloss. So it's going to be -2. The speed and sneak is... It's not 3 and 2. It's bloody 4 and 1. But what have I done? Did I forget to move it? Hang on, I'm just going to have to check. I'm sure it was 4 and 1. Hang on. Yeah, bloody 4 and 1. I'll put a note on the upkeep phase. For some bizarre reason, I moved a speed and sneak instead of a will and fight. So a will and fight is like 2 and 3, and a speed and sneak is 4 and 1. Oh, what am I doing? Right, so zany. Right, so I get 2 dice anyway. So I'm not going to roll them 2 dice that were just rubbish. Come on. Ah, she's failed. I'm not going to spend a clue. We're not going to spend a clue, so she's got hit by this bugger. So it's -2, and what is her will? Her will is actually 3, but we get an extra -1 on the horror check anyway, so that's an auto fail. So we lose 4 sanity. She's only got 1 left, but that's okay, because we didn't want to go to the asylum. Actually, Dave did want to go to St Mary's Hospital. So what have we got on here? -1 on the fight check, and it's physically immune, which is okay because we don't have a weapon anyway. What's a fight? A fight is 2. So that's an auto fail. She loses 3. Then she's only got 2 left. We go into the next phase of combat. She loses another 3. She gets knocked out. We're not spending any clues whatsoever. The reason being is, obviously, other people can use those clues. So why just throw them away in a losing cause? So unfortunately, she has gone and got injured. That sends her to St Mary's Hospital. But at least it gets her away from that horror. Because she's been knocked out, it means we get an injury card. So we haven't done very well here. Yeah, we really needed to pass the evade check, but we don't want to be throwing a load of clues away. We'll just take the injury card. She must have been, when she was reading the King in Yellow, the Hound of Tindalos must have spotted her. I'm sure Lunaria will have something to say about that. So, what does she get? Seizures. Sounds nasty. Anytime you lose sanity, even if the loss is reduced to 0, lose 1 stamina. Treat this card as a duplicate of Mania. Ooh, right. For the purposes of being devoured. So she's got seizures. She's got seizures. But at least she's in St Mary's Hospital. That means she doesn't have an encounter this turn, so I've turned her on her side, but she will get all of her stamina back. I've done that now, because otherwise I'll forget. So, but yes, we'll just stand her up, pretty much like Daryl. We'll just stand them both up in the encounter phase. And talking of the encounter phase, it's that now, so let's get on with it. And here we are with Vincent in the Arkham encounter phase. So he's at North Point Lighthouse. So that's a green. A haunting, beautiful melody draws you to the misty sea cliffs. It seems to be coming from out to sea, and it pulls at you with unrelenting pressure. Oh no. Pass a will -1 check. What's his will? Oh, his will's 4, so he does get 3 dice at least. So he's got 3 dice. Does he get anything extra from the terrible old man? No, he doesn't. Anything from anywhere else? No. 3 dice. And he gets a 5. Whew. Pass the check or roll a die and lose that much stamina as you leap from the cliff before you come to your senses. Well, we passed the will check. Ah! Nice try, game. But Vincent, he's got a will of iron and he didn't jump. So, well done. He's resolved that encounter, so we take this off, put it back in the rift bag. Good stuff. Righto. After Vincent, it is Michael. And here we are with Mike. And one bad thing about the plan with Mike, it's gone really swimmingly, apart from the fact we've got to have an encounter at the Unvisited Isle. And the Unvisited Isle is a horror of a place, and all the encounters are really bad. So let's see what we get. Hopefully we can get away with it. It's not only dark shadows going under boats and stuff like that. Unvisited Isle. Walking along the beach, you spy a hermit crab with a strange design on its shell. Looking more closely, you realise that the weird mottling spells out secrets. Make a will -1 check. Ooh. I love it when I call certain locations and then we get a good card. What's his will? I don't think it's that great actually. Let's check. Oh, it's not bad. 3. So that's going to be 2 dice. Come on. Oh, it's failed. Is he going to use a clue? No. Let's take it on the chin. Let's save clues for important things. Take 1 clue token per success. Well, we didn't lose anything, did we? So that's fine. Yes, I think I'll keep calling locations and then we get good cards. Well done to Mike. After Mike, it's Daryl. As mentioned, with Daryl, all we're doing is standing him up, and we've already replenished all of his sanity, so he's back up to 4 sanity. That is it for Daryl. Let's go and meet Finn. Here's Finn at South Church, and Finn is just going to spend a gate token And what he's going to do with that is he is going to bless Agnes. Woohoo! So we get our blessing card. This could come in really useful. She's got 5 clues, so if she does get into a gate, then that will be gravy. So we'll put that blessing card with Agnes. That is it for Finn, because he did the text. And after Finn, it is Agnes. So let's go and see Agnes. Here's Agnes at Northside. She's in a street location, so that's the end of that. After Agnes, we go and see Patrice. And here's Patrice at St Mary's. So all we do is stand her up, and we've already given her her stamina back. So great stuff. That is it for the Arkham encounter phase. Nobody is in another world, so that means we're straight into the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. Let's get a laugh and chuckle card. Okay, okay. Whoop. Don't knock everything down. Right. Okay, let's have a look at our card. What is it? 4th of July Parade. We do have a gate opening at the Witch House, no less. Okay, so let's see where we're going. Oh, we're going to the Great Hall of Celiano. Let's sort that out. We get another Doom. So we're on 5, but we're doing okay. We'll put one of those on there. Get a gate stand. And the Witch House. Excellent. We already picked the clue up from there. So a clue appears at the Black Cave. Not sure whether that's in shot, but that's where it goes. So we've got 2 clues at the Black Cave. And, oh, we've got monsters. Monster. Our first monster is... oh, what's that? A deep one. We've had one of those before. In fact, it's up there at Your Hat and Fly. And our second one is a Night Gaunt. We had one of those as well. Right, so let's put them on stands. At least we've got some stands over from Mike's Killing Spree. So, Night Gaunt and a deep one. Not too bad, these monsters. It certainly makes a nice change not to get a rat thing or a proto-shoggoth. So that's not too bad. Right, now we can do monster movement, because we've got all the monsters. Moons, that is bad, especially up in Innsmouth. So we've got moons and pluses. I'll check these flying monsters first. Star and a circle, that's fine. Cultist goes to Joe Sargent's, and it is right next to a vortex. That's a circle. That's a moon, but it's a yellow monster, so it doesn't move. We've got bad news coming up. In fact, I'll do it now. That's a circle, the rat thing, but the deep one is a plus monster. So that goes into the vortex. So it goes back in the bag. And we get another deep one rising token. It's up to 2. That is why you've got to kill monsters in Innsmouth. Other monsters, that's a diamond, that's a square, bloody hound, a Tinderloss, a slash, a plus, so that moves into French Hill, the deep one, and that's it, I think. Nothing else. We already checked the flying monsters. Rift token, I think, next. Yeah, so yeah, that's up at the top. In fact, that's just where we took the North Point Lighthouse from, so it's a good job we cleared up that rift token. And our next rift token is going to... Is this the Hall School again? Is it? God, they're really hard to see, these. Oh no, that's a shop or something. The Artist Colony. Here. So I think actually Daryl needs to go to the Artist Colony. There is a clue there. Well, I think Daryl could go there. He has Painter, I think. Is it one of his skills? I think he has Painter and he gets something for going to the Artist Colony. I don't know if he wants to go there. Maybe, maybe not. Right, so the rest of the card. I'm just chuffed we've got a gate in Arkham. And in fact, you know, let's get in there. Let's shut the bugger. What else? That's it. So it's just read the card. 4th of July Parade, headline. Investigators cannot move into or out of the Merchant District streets until the end of next turn. Leave this card in play until then to indicate this. Right, well, we'll do that. I have one of my special card holders prepared. I don't think we want to go... Oh, that is a downer. Because poor old Mike is stuck at the Unvisited Isle. We'll have to see if there's... Is there any way... No, we've had it. Even with the silver key, he's stuck at the Unvisited Isle, and that is bad because, like, I was joking before saying we got a good card. There aren't many good cards at the Unvisited Isle. We got lucky there. I don't think we'll get lucky twice in a row, so we'll have to see how we go on. So that's Trap Mike, which is a pity because he's on a rampage. He'd have easily dealt with that Elder thing, I think, in the Merchant District streets, but we've had that now. And that's it. Yes, I don't think there's anything... Oh, we had a gate open. That means another clue for Patrice. So she's up to 8, I think. She's got 8 clues and a possible 4 if she can actually read the King in Yellow. It must be the French version, and she's having a bit of a struggle. We've gone up to 5. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad that we've got a gate in Arkham, because let's get somebody in there. Perhaps Finn, somebody like that, could get in there. He's got the gate box, because what he could do is go in that gate, use the gate box, and come out at your hat and fly. The only thing that's in your hat and fly is a rat thing. That's nothing. Okay, you might lose, what is it? I think you lose an item, but he could lose something like his whiskey. He's got a bottle of whiskey. Just loses a bottle of whiskey to the rat thing, kills it. I think that would... Yes, that would complete his personal story, and then he can close that gate. Somebody else can actually go into the Witch House gate and close that gate. And seal them. Woohoo! That's 5 seals. We just need another gate. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. Even though we got somebody go bonkers and somebody gets injured, we have bounced back a bit, I think. So not too bad, not too bad. What else? No, I think that's about it. Mike was immense. Mike was immense. He just took those guys out. I did change Doug's sort of like what he was going to do slightly. Hope he doesn't mind. But like the circumstances just changed it round a bit. We'd have auto failed that Chthonian test, and he'd have gone bonkers. So the only option really was to swap to the Yithian. Once we'd killed the Yithian, because he'd passed his personal story, we did get that sanity back, which meant he could auto-fail the Chthonian then, and he still had 1 sanity left, so I think he'll be alright with that. And I hope Lawrence doesn't mind that I gave $6 to Agnes. But that does mean she can go via the train station, she could go up to Innsmouth, and she could either kill stuff, or even she could make it to your hat and fly, because she's got enough money to get to Falcon Point and pay the $2 there. That can take you to, what is it, Devil's Reef. Devil's Reef has got 3 clues on it, and then it's 1 hop away, pardon the pun, to your hat and fly. So perhaps we could do it that way, but Finn could do it as well by going through the Witch House. But that's enough wittering on. about tactics and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the help and support and the likes. Thank you very much. It's great. Thanks to everybody who's voted us up on Board Game Links. That's brilliant. So I can't believe we've got over 500. That's just amazing. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody who goes on to BGG to thumb up the videos or make a comment or anything like that. Thank you so much. It is brilliant. So, anything else? Yes. If I've made a mistake, like, I don't know what's got into me lately. God, poor old Patrice. She must think I've got it in for her. What I was doing with a speed and sneak again, I just do not know. But I think I caught it in the end. I went back and looked at the footage of me, like, moving the wrong slider. And I think we've captured it. So, but, of course, that doesn't preclude me doing something else silly during the actual turn. So, if you've noticed anything, please let me know, and I will try and fix it. Righto, so that is it for turn 7 of Arkham Horror. The doom that came to Arkham. I do hope you'll join me for turn 8. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.